Hi friends, good evening. It is August the 13th. It is 6:22. I'm very thirsty. I'm gonna come into the living room because I had to turn the fan on in the back room. It's been very hot today. Today's high was 100 degrees. That's the temperature. That's not the real feel. I haven't picked up the camera today. I'm going to turn the light on. Should I turn the light on? I have not picked up the camera today because I have been editing my vlog. Also, last night was really rough with Red. I thought I could get away with not giving him Kate told me to give him gabapentin. She explained the properties, so I was like, okay. But I just didn't give it to him last night, and I regret it because he had a real hard time just like settling, and he sleeps with Mark and I, in between Mark and I, and he just kept flopping around and like moaning, and I take things to go to sleep, not prescription, but by the time I get into bed, I'm like, I'm going to sleep. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Put my earplugs in, but still, he still managed to wake me up because I had a rough night last night. I had a rough morning, so I didn't pick up the camera, and I haven't really done much today, to be honest with you. It's just, I'm finding it hard to concentrate with Red walking around crying with the Zen collar on. He wants to go lay in the bed, but I can't just let him. I end up sitting in there with him to make sure he doesn't jump off the bed. He's just not settling unless he's on the bed. And that may be my fault. That may be the fault of his lip granuloma. Anyway, I should get out of the house, but it's too blazing hot, really, to go anywhere. So here's what I'm like kind of having an issue with. Like if I have a rough night with Red and then have a rough morning because I've had a rough night, the last thing I want to do is go somewhere in the morning. But by the time noon rolls, actually, like the front porch by like 9 o'clock in the morning is blazing hot. Like by noon, by the time I'm ready to go somewhere, it's just too hot to leave the house. So I end up, because Red in his condition right now, I end up putting him on the bed. And then I feel like I have to be at least in the vicinity. I can't be like out of earshot with my earphones on, listening to an audiobook, cleaning, doing this, doing that, and not being able to hear Red. Because the last thing I want is for him to fall off the bed or jump off the bed and hurt himself, especially with all this going on with him. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think I should do. I have just been, like today, I let him lay on the bed. I sat on the bed with him. Because it's so hot, I was like, let me just sit on the bed and call this day. Just call it. And then tonight I will give him his gabapentin. Hopefully he'll sleep better. Maybe I'll even put him, maybe I'll even put him in the computer room because I can close the doors. But I don't know. It just seems mean. I don't know. I'll talk to Mark about it. I'm not enjoying my time just floating around but being useless. It's not fulfilling me in any way. I feel lazy, unproductive. I hate the summer. I absolutely hate the summer. I would say I have the opposite of people who get sad in the winter. I have summer sad. I think I'm going to look for a study on people who have light colored eyes and the amount of sun that comes in your eyes and how it affects your mood. Too much sun, too much light. I function much better in the cooler temperatures and when there's less sunlight, when there's not 12 hours of sunlight, not to mention the extreme heat. We have had, I haven't told you guys this, but our reservoirs are down, way down. They're like below 20%. So we are on stage 3 water restrictions. We are not allowed to water our yard. We can hand water our vegetables. I'm surprised that any pools are open. Pools are open. Mark and I have seen like we have been in stage 3 water restrictions for a while, and Mark and I have seen the city pressure washing things, and it's like, why do they get to pressure wash things when we can't even water our lawn? Because we're in stage 3 water restrictions, it's not like I can have a pool in the backyard and, like even like an above ground pool. Like we just can't. Like even if I were to just do it and like kind of do it under the radar, they would know something was up by the amount of water that I used, and I might get a fine. I don't know. So we are under severe water restrictions. We're in a drought. It's blazing hot, and I have summer sad. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow. Hi, friends. Today's Thursday, August the 14th. So it is my 6-month anniversary since I started doing the ketogenic diet. So it is 11 o'clock this morning. I woke up 6:30, I think, and then I'm still trying to finish my first cup of coffee. I went ahead and did a load of laundry this morning and hung that up before it got too hot for me to even be outside. I'm feeling kind of hungry already, even though I ate pretty late last night. So I thought, since today's the 6-month anniversary of when I started the keto diet, that I would show you what I ate and drank today. So I have a tiny bit of my keto water left from yesterday, and that is lemon pulp floating around in there. So I need to make a fresh jug today, and probably won't keep it in here because for some reason it started leaking on me last night, and my voice is just not what it used to be. I apologize. I don't know what to do about it. Maybe I could try cough drop, like sugar-free cough drops. I don't know. This morning I had coffee. I had a 1/4 cup of milk and 2 Sweet and Low. So if you can see here, that's what I've had so far this morning. And I'm already at 4.8 carbs because of the milk and the Sweet and Low. So that right now is what I am kind of currently fighting, is my coffee, because I really love the frothy coffee, and I've already gotten rid of the sugar. But like yesterday, let me show you. Yesterday I had 35.1 carbs, so I was over. I'm supposed to be under 20 carbs, and I was under in calories, as you can see. So energy is calories. I was over in protein, over in carbs, and under in fat. So that's not the true ketogenic diet. And the day before, I was almost 30 carbs. So I need to work on that. Today, I thought I would bring you along and show you what I eat in a day. And I'm going to start with breakfast. So I'm going to take 2 bacon out, and I'm going to Red. I don't know if you can see him. He is trying to get me to take him OUT so he can have another TREAT. And he's had his breakfast. He's had TREATs for going outside already. Brad, go lay down. I know he's 16, and I need to be giving him all the TREATs he can eat. So yeah, I'm going to do 2 pieces of bacon. I smell everything before I eat it, and I have to put my nose right up on it because y'all know I do not have the best sniffer in the world. I'm going to cut these in half. I just think it'll be easier. Sometimes I cut my bacon into little pieces and then mix it with the eggs. but I don't feel like doing that today because I'm trying to keep my carbs low. I could do it in a zero carb. That's just a piece of bacon. A zero carb or very low carb tortilla, but I just really don't want to mess with that right now. I am back on the chronometer app. Under breakfast, I'm going to add a food, and then up here, hopefully you'll be able to see that, I'm going to scan. So I'm going to add that to my diary. I've discovered if you add everything as you go, you won't go over your calories. Like yesterday, I had a humongous chip craving, and so I was like, I don't want to give in, but I want something crunchy and salty. One of these bowls with peanuts on my scale, and then I put it in my chronometer app, and it was way over my calories. If I had eaten all those peanuts, I wouldn't be able to eat dinner. So I ate like 10 or 12 peanuts. I know it's just seems like a tiny amount because it is, but it did. I stopped thinking about chips after that, so it worked. I'm not saying it would work with everyone, but I guess my body was just craving salt. I don't know. So I'm going to stop talking for now, and I will show you the rest of what I end up eating. I will probably eat this whole avocado because, or maybe I won't. I don't know.
The trees and Purim. And then at fall we have the trumpets and atonement and Sukkot, which is tabernacles. So what do we have in the summer? This feast that everybody thought was one day is called the Feast of Weeks.
I want to enter in my eggs. I'm just doing 2 large because there was like one kind of medium and one large. So that's where we're at right now. So avocado, 3 ounces, 142 calories. So for breakfast and my first coffee, I'm at 437 calories, 23 grams of protein, 7 net carbs, and 33 grams of fat. I'm going to eat all this avocado, and I'm going to go eat this and listen to Dr. Barry, and then I'm going to come clean up my mess and make my keto water. So I think I've shown you this before, but you can also scan in your supplements. So all you do is go to, what I do is go to uncategorized and then add food and then come up here to the barcode. And then, so like I took NAC this morning. So I took 1 capsule, added that. I took a two True Focus. Food not found, create food. What does the package on the front look like? See the number 1? So I'm going to take a package of the front. And then number 2, it asks for the nutrition label. and then hit finish, and then it's processing. It put in everything. I didn't have to put in anything. So I'm going to add that to the diary. I also took 2 of these, so we'll see if this is in here. Gold Emblem saltwater taffy. So sometimes it comes up with things that you're like, no, that's not it. I have sewn together all the strips for my granny square quilt for Kate. And what I need to do, some people press the seams to one side or the other. For some reason, I press them open. I just feel like it distributes the weight more evenly. So I'm going to press them open, and hopefully I'll have time to sew on them today. I'm also going to iron a few more things while I have the ironing board here. So I was watching Dr. Barry and I didn't finish, so I am going to finish. I haven't picked up the camera since I showed you guys what I was ironing. I came in here and made dinner, and I tried to make like a chicken curry. I've never really made chicken curry. I was craving like that curry flavor, and you'll just have to look at my ugly back door because my air conditioner's on. So I measured everything, and I have not eaten anything since what you saw I ate for breakfast, which was around, what time was it, 11? So I haven't really eaten anything since then. Well, I say I haven't really eaten anything, and that translates to I haven't eaten anything. For some reason, we Americans do that. We say, well, I haven't really, when we mean I haven't, period. I don't know why. But I made a custom recipe. I just weighed everything before I added it to the dish, before I cooked it. And then I made a custom recipe on a chronometer. And here it is, chicken curry. So one full recipe is 1,137 calories. Of course, I'm not going to eat all of that. I can measure it out in grams and then figure out exactly how many calories and how many carbs. 40 carbs. Like if I were to eat this whole thing, let me show you. This is it. And if I were to eat this whole thing, it'd be 1,000 calories and 40 carbs, which isn't bad. That's just all the vegetables. But you can see that's what it looks like. And right now I am making Mark some cookies. He said the other day he was craving cookies, and he was like, but we don't have any cookies. I thought I would make some. So I used the Toll House cookie dough recipe, and I had like 3 bags of chips, different kind of cookie chips in my freezer. I had a bag of white, I had a bag of butterscotch, and like just a little bit of a bag of white, like a half a bag of butterscotch, and like a third of a bag of peanut butter and chocolate, milk chocolate. So I threw all of those in here, and it's been in the fridge for a couple of hours. So I'm going to use my cookie scoop. I just use this for cookies. It's an ice cream scoop, but I just use it for cookies. Cookies! See? And I'm just going to, you probably can't see very well, scoop them all out to be about the same size. And I thought about rolling them in cinnamon sugar, because Mark likes snickerdoodles. So after I get them all rolled out, are all portioned out. I'll probably get out the cinnamon sugar and do that. We actually don't have that much sugar since I haven't been using it in my coffee. We haven't been really going through the sugar, so I'm gonna keep doing this, and I will see you again at dinner time. So this is Mark's, and I showed him the amount of rice and he said he could eat it, so we will see. I'm just heating this back up. With the food that I ate this morning around 11, I'm not extremely hungry, but what I am going to do is, so this is like my second meal of the day. I'm going to get my chronometer app. I'm going to add the chicken curry recipe, and so I have to measure it by grams. So I'm just going to put what I think I will eat. I'm just going to like eyeball it and put what I think I will eat, which is not a lot, to be honest with you. That's 26 grams. That doesn't seem right. Seems like it should be more. That's 130 grams. 162 grams. So I'm going to input 262 grams, 384 calories, which seems about right, and 13.5 carbs. So I'm at 17.3 carbs. So I might not eat all of that. So actually, I'm going to take some out. I'm just going to come back over here and I can just tap it again, and then I can just edit it. So now that's 180. Okay, now I'm at 14.7 carbs. I'm still pretty low for my calories for the day, but I kind of wanted to save a little bit of carbs for dessert. And I told you guys I've been over my carb allowance. So I don't want to go too far over my carb allowance, but we're going to go eat this while it's still warm, my dinner. And this may not seem like a lot to you. This is a pretty deep bowl. However, I've discovered, being on the keto diet, that the food that you eat on the keto diet, especially like the avocado, the bacon, the eggs, all of that had fat in it, a lot of fat. So it keeps you more full than carbohydrates. You don't really need to eat as much. Plus, I don't eat a whole lot anyway. I mean, I say I don't eat a whole lot, but I try to eat until I'm about 80% full. I follow that rule, and I try to eat when I'm at a 3 out of 4 on the hunger scale. 3.5, 3 out of 4. So you may think, oh my goodness, why do you weigh so much? Why are you so big? So I'll just remind you guys that people who have Hashimoto's have lower metabolism. So it's just the way it works out. So I'm going to give all this to Mark, and if he doesn't want it, he can put what he doesn't eat, we can put it in a container and put it in the refrigerator for leftovers, because that's a lot of food. Like, this is way too much. I could never eat that, but I'm not him. He has the fast metabolism. So it is 7:55, and I was just looking at my phone. I think I'm going to have a little dessert. So I was going to show you what I was going to have. So I didn't do the best with eating enough calories. Today, I've only eaten 701 calories. I was supposed to eat 1,270. So on the keto diet, you can have berries, a certain amount, And I have these blackberries. I bought a whole like cardboard box of them at the Fruit King for like $2, but I had to come home that day because they were starting to go bad. I had to come home that day and process all of them. So believe me, it was a lot of work. But these have been in the freezer for a while. And this is kind of a nice alternative to ice cream if you freeze them, especially in the summer. I do want to have some Cool Whip. It's 2.8, 7.6 carbs, which is still less than a traditional dessert. And then I'm going to put some of this on there. And so 2 tablespoons, and 2 tablespoons is 3 grams. So I'm right at 21 carbs, which is just a little bit over. I'm really going to try and keep it at 20 or below. But it's not very much. It's just like a taste. And that's the thing that you learn when you're doing this is portion. Because I wouldn't have thought that was 2 tablespoons, but it is. And that is the end of everything that I'm going to eat today. But I just want to remind you, I'm sure you already know, but I just want to remind you that my doctor actually put me on this diet. So I'm not suggesting you go on this diet. Yeah, you really just need to talk to your healthcare provider. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I don't want you to watch this and you be in some sort of physical condition, and because there are people who should not go on this diet, and you would probably already know that because it would probably be a kind of a serious health condition, and you would know that. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you know. And my doctor didn't give me any kind of keto support, even though I asked for it. He just told me he said, get on this, and he pointed to my phone, and do your own research. And so I've been left to my own devices doing this, and that's why I had to download Chronometer. I needed help. Like, I couldn't just do it on my own. Yes, I could do keto on my own, but he told me to do keto for weight loss on my liver. So anyway, in order to have weight loss, you have to have restricted calories. So you can't just do like the Atkins diet or the keto diet or low carb diet or the Mediterranean diet or the South Beach diet or whatever and not have restricted calories. And thank God for this app. Thank God for these smartphones with these apps, because how do people do it? I like counting calories before apps. I don't even know. But that's it. That is the end of that is it for today. So I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I thought we would do a little chat while I do the dishes. Today's Friday, August the 15th. I want to show you guys my outfit. I ironed my, as you saw yesterday, granny square quilt strips. And at the same time that I had the iron out, I haven't had my shirts ironed. So I haven't been wearing them. So you see it? It's about to die. One of these things stung me on my leg earlier this week. I don't know if I told you guys, but I was, I'm going to throw them in the trash. I was cleaning off my swing, and because it's white and it had bird poop on it and dirt and all sorts of things. And I didn't know that a yellow jacket nest was underneath, and I was wiping it off with some water and a sponge, and I guess they just got mad at me, and one stung me. Thankfully, only one stung me. Anyway, this is my outfit. I'm just going to show you right here so I don't have to worry about it. So I ironed my skirts, and I got this skirt at a thrift store, and it's not a very flattering angle, but you can see the flowers. It's very pretty. But my pants are getting a little bit big, and so I'm like, what am I going to wear? I'm not going to go buy new pants. First of all, Goodwill's gotten ridiculously expensive on everything, and you can take clothes back now, but it's so hard to buy jeans. I would have to, and you only get store credit. I'm pretty sure it's only store credit. I've thought about just like wearing a skirt and then trying them on there in front of a mirror. But even then, like I was saying, Goodwill has gotten so expensive. And I know some people, so this is a frugal hack. Some people are like, oh, well, things are just more expensive now, and they pay it anyway. Did they not take economics? Do they not have economics anymore? Do they not know about the law of supply and demand? Do they not know that if there's no demand, the supply, they're not going to get rid of their supply and the price will go down? You don't have to spend $20 on a pair of jeans at Goodwill. Now, Walmart's not going to go down on their price of jeans, probably. But Goodwill will. They'll be like, we're not selling stuff. And supposedly there's a scandal about Goodwill. I don't know if y'all have heard about this. Supposedly they're selling their items on eBay, which you donate the items to them. They're free to do what they want. However, and you're not going to the trouble of selling the items on eBay. Why shouldn't they? But it is kind of an ethical thing because they're supposed to be putting people back to work. And I know it's like, well, people are probably listing them on eBay for them. And maybe they are. Maybe the disabled people are listing them on eBay. I don't know. But it just seems a little sketchy and shady to me. Anyway, I feel kind of bad about showing you what I ate yesterday because the calories were so low. And I'm not trying to glorify cutting calories down to the extreme. I don't really think it's healthy to do that. In fact, I've had a rough day today, and I think it's because of that. But I also don't want to force myself to eat when I'm not hungry, and that's what I would have had to have done because I had the that very filling breakfast. So this morning I showed you my breakfast. It was yogurt. Had more carbs in it, but I knew I wouldn't be full until 5 o'clock that night. And then I'd only be able to eat a little bit, which is what happened. In fact, this morning I woke up with a leg cramp. And I've been getting leg cramps. Like before keto, I would get leg cramps in my calf. Now I get leg cramps on a muscle on the side of my leg. I'm double jointed in my ankles. So it will, the muscle, and I won't be able to put my ankle back in its socket. And that's terrifying because you can't walk if your ankle's not in the socket. I think it's called double jointed. Anyway, my ankle can pop out of the socket. And I drank my keto water yesterday, which had magnesium, sodium, and potassium. It had all the things. I didn't drink that whole 40-ounce thing. I put half of it in the fridge in this. I just wanted to come on here while I was doing dishes and have a little chat with you guys and tell you, like, I'm not trying to glorify under eating. Not at all. So yeah, today was a rough day mentally, and not really physically, but mentally. And I think that had to do with the lack of calories, because the lack of calories means lack of nutrients. So that's not really a good thing. So I just wanted to add that little disclaimer to the end. Remember, my brother gave us they said it's not a javelina, so it's a wild pig of some sort. And we didn't eat it all, so I put it in the freezer. And I pulled it out yesterday whenever I pulled out the chicken. But I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It tastes kind of like beef. It's kind of like a mixture of pork and beef. So theoretically, it would be great with, like, made into a stew with potatoes and carrots, but I can't have potatoes and carrots, so I decided to make like a version of pepper steak. I whizzed up a tin of tomatoes, and I'm going to save this can because a lot of my cans are getting rusty. And I added bell pepper, a little bit of vinegar, as well as some soy sauce. I also added beef broth. I'm gonna make some noodles for Mark, and then I'm just gonna have it like it is. I pick you up. Look, when I pick him up like this, what does he do? He throws himself back.
You need to get that on video. Have you seen those videos where that one dog does that? He sits up with his dad and he just throws himself on his back.
Have you noticed he throws himself back with me?
I just now noticed it.
You throw yourself because you know mommy's gonna, mommy's gonna hug you and kiss you and tell you how handsome you are. He's waving a cookie.
Because I have my hand covering this stuff.
I had my nap. I've had my antibiotics. I had an extra bowl full of wild pig. I've been in and out of the door because I thought I would get TREATSs every time I come back in. Do you get treats every time you come back in? Are you thinking about it? No, you don't.
Only when you let him in.
I don't give him treats every single time. I know his trick. I know their tricks. And she's a follower. She'll follow him outside. He's an instigator.
Yeah.
To his poor little paw. That's from him licking it. And that's also from him licking it. But it is looking better. This is looking better. It's looking better, Red Bean. Almond. He's fine. He's fine. He's just getting kissed and he doesn't want to get kissed. He wants to do the kissing. So, but I want your tea. I prefer to have your tea because it has a flavor to it. And my water does not have any flavor. Ooh, I gotta go put the Grandpa Daddy's noodles in the water. I see it boiling. About moving my sewing machine and cabinet into the living room to watch YouTube while I sew, but I really wouldn't be watching it. I'd be looking up. But if I have my phone here, which is, it has 77%, and my earphones, I can put it on my holder. This is not a phone holder, but that's what I use it for. And I can listen to my YouTube videos. And right now, while I'm doing the quilt anyway, I'm listening to Victorian Farm. I don't know why, Victorian Farm is very inspirational to me. I just enjoy watching it. So I'm going to continue doing that. And whenever I have any progress on my quilt, I will show you the progress. Hi friends, today is Monday, August the 18th. I did not film, I don't remember the last time I picked up the camera actually. My phone's on the charger. I did not film yesterday. I wanted to because I knew that we might be going to Bath and Body Works. I didn't know about the hand soap sale, but I'm subscribed to Kaiwaza, and I saw he did a hand soap haul. And we didn't have... Mark is the one who really loves the Bath and Body Works foaming hand soaps. And he was almost out of the scents that he likes. I had a 20% off coupon and a free body care item up to like $16.95 or something. So I asked Mark, could we go into town? And we also had to drop off some bread for Kate. My neighbor makes sourdough bread, and Kate loves it. And I love it too. I can't eat it right now. Mark loves it. We all love it. So I bought a loaf from her, but Kate's not feeling well, so I was like, if we just go into town, we were already going to go into town and drop that off. Can we just stop at Bath and Body Works and pick up some hand soap? Get your free item. I didn't know that they also had candles on sale. We got some hand soaps. Gave 2 to Kate because she likes the Bath and Body Works hand soaps. And then we picked up the free item. I did not feel like looking for the free item, but it was like the case of like use it now or never. And I didn't want to just pass up a free item, obviously. Especially one with that good of a value, you know. So I noticed they had a new men's fragrance called To the Moon, and so Mark got a shower gel. I didn't even feel like looking through. Mainly what you can get with those free body care items are shower gels. So I don't need another shower gel. I'm trying to get through what I have. And Mark goes through them faster than I do. So we got the shower gel, we got some hand soaps, and then we got one candle, the Perfect Autumn. So we did go through our collection before we went to make sure like what we had, what we didn't have. Kind of wanted like a bakery cinnamony type of thing. But I did find an English, I think it's called English butter toffee in our collection. And I know that they're going to have another sale between now and Thanksgiving because they got to get rid of all those candles, right? So more than likely we will be going back in there just for that, at least just for that. And I need to get better about checking email that Bath and Body Works goes to. I started to get a headache yesterday, but I didn't take any medicine. First of all, I didn't make my keto water. I took my second cup of coffee with me. I didn't make my keto water. I had a little bit of water at lunch, and then by the time we got to Marshall's, because we went to Marshall's is right next door, my head was starting to hurt. We also had our friend's baby for the day, the one that I told you about, the little girl that I have in my life now. We had her for the day. By the time we dropped her off, because we still had to go to HEB, and HEB was a madhouse. Too bad I didn't have my vlogging camera with me. I couldn't really bring it with me with the baby anyway, because I don't want to she's not my child. Even if the mother and father said I could, I would not put a child on the internet. Knowing what I know now. Got through HEB, my head was really starting, and it was just crazy in there. Dropped the baby off, went to my parents' house, got a little bit of some bad news from my mom. She was kind of upset, but she was doing okay. Got home. Immediately, I started doing Kate's laundry because I brought her laundry home because she, like I said, she was sick. She was so sick, she went to the doctor. They didn't give her any antibiotic. They should have, because she told them she was coughing up stuff. When I got home, my head was hurting pretty bad, so I took some headache medicine. This morning, I woke up, I had a splitting headache. I took 4 ibuprofen. Did not touch this headache. Just now, I took 2 headache pills. So, I don't know. I've been drinking, I think it was the lack of water, but I don't know. The lack of water and the heat. Anyway, I've been doing things today, but it's just one of those migraine days. Yeah, I'm just not feeling good. So I was going to start working on my weekly vlog. I'm not going to do a Bath and Body Works haul. Mainly it's just hand soap. It's just the hand soap that you guys probably have seen already. And we gave 2 to Kate and 1 to our friend who has the baby. I really like the packaging. So it doesn't really go bad. So what we don't use this year, we're not going to use all of it this year. We will have some for next year. I got this yesterday at Ross because the one that Kate got me, the big one that Kate got me that you guys always see me use, it was beautiful, like a teal greenish color. It went from like dark to light. The seal, I think I've told you this already, but I may have cut it out. I could not get the mold off the seal, and I'm allergic to mold. That's one of my top allergies, as I discovered with all the allergy testing. So I've been looking for, that one was a 40 ounce, and this is a 40 ounce, even though it doesn't look like it, because it's thin, but it's very tall. So we got this at Marshall's yesterday. It was on clearance for $13, and I don't know the brand. It looks like the one from Walmart, but I know it's not. I don't want to turn the light on. Hydra Peak. Anyway, I like these light color cups. I still have my Texas one, but it's not big enough. Anyway, I've already had like 2 of these. There's a tiny bit left. I'm sitting in a dark room, my bedroom. It is so incredibly hot outside. I might take you guys out there later and show you the signs of the drought. We have drought issues not only on the land, but also in our house. There's definite signs of the drought, and it's really starting to worry me. Prices of houses in my area have gotten stupid. And we can't water our foundations because we are on water restrictions. I'm starting to get very, very concerned. Trees are falling. We had another tree fall. It wasn't ours. It was our neighbor's tree. But the man is old. Doesn't even live here anymore. He lives in San Antonio. We just found that out. But it fell partly in our driveway, and Mark was able to cut I mean, it wasn't like as drastic as the other trees that you saw. Only part of it fell, but Mark was able to cut it down and move it. But trees are starting to fall. It's just it's getting serious. Let me turn you around and show you the dogs, and then I'm probably gonna sign off for today, to be honest with you. Almond was like on her back about to fall off. She gets on her back, she throws her legs in the air, and then she has fallen off like the edge right there before. So I have been threatening to go out and get I have some brown curtains. Excuse me, sir, I'm talking. Because I close these, I turn the air conditioner way up. I close these during the day, and then I try to stay inside. I will probably see you tomorrow. Bye. So I am in utter, complete shock. We had this big dust storm blow in again, just like we did right before our compressor on our septic system went out. It was supposed to rain. I thought it was going to rain. Felt like it was going to rain. And now it is so cool. Like the weather is cool. It's like 80 degrees. I can hardly believe it. And she's got a scratch. She's looking at me like, what's going on? I've opened the windows. Not all of them. That window won't stay open. It needs to be propped up. I'm going to give those to my mom. It needs to be propped up with that stick right there. And I can't do it. It's too heavy. I opened this window. I turned off the air conditioning in August in South Texas on Tuesday. I opened that window. I had a hard time getting that window open too. Just a few minutes ago, I had Red's still sleeping. I had that red sheet right there pinned up because my head hurt so bad. I took 4 ibuprofen. That's why that sheet is there. Wait, now that the headache is gone, I am going to do some dishes. And you can see how dirty my cabinets are. And yes, we have flies. Flies, and more flies. I'm actually hungry. The only thing, no, I'm going to get some coffee. The only thing, but I keep wondering, like, is Red going to try and jump off the bed? The only thing I've eaten today, because my head hurt so bad, was peanuts and 1 piece of sliced cheese and some coffee this morning. You want to go back outside because it's nice? Go on. Do you want to go outside? It's nice. Oh, you want num num? I know I didn't give you num nums earlier, but you don't always eat them in the morning. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I'm sorry. You look like your feelings are hurt. I'm sorry. I just have a fear he's going to jump off. Kate, when he went to the doctor, Kate got his Librela shot, and he gets real brave when he's had his Librela shot. Right now, he's flying up the stairs. Yes, I'm talking about you. Flying up the back stairs because he has the liquid courage, the Librela. Is that what it is? You think I'm gonna kiss you? You think I'm gonna kiss you? Yeah, you gonna give me kisses? There Thank you. You're such a sweet boy. You're such a sweet boy. Yes, you are. Grandma loves you. Almond's just looking at the window, right, Almond? Almond. She's like, shut up. I'm smelling the stuff and the things. Are you gonna get up, Red Bean? Or are you gonna just lay around all day? Here, Mammy, I'll just let you hug me and pet me. This is what she does. She walks back and forth, back and forth. You give me kisses? You give me kisses? I didn't say smell me. Give me a kiss. No? Okay. I think I am going to go ahead and close out the vlog here. I really wish I could have taken you guys with me when we went shopping on Sunday. That would have been fun for you to see, but unfortunately, it was not to be. So, hopefully you have enjoyed this vlog and the contents. And yeah, I'm excited about this weather. We need rain. We need rain bad. Dust storm, no rain. I would love any comments or feedback or just anything you have to say. I would love to talk to you in the comments. And yeah, I will see you in my next video, friends. Bye.